Kindy Rockstars. Prepare for a treat, let's meet and greet some bands and singers that are super sweet, making music that's fun for boys and girls. Help them learn about this great big world. Fun for the family, yes it's true, your kids will love it and you will too. Clap and dance and sing aloud, become a part of the Kindy crowd. These songs will make you move your feet and give your ears a great big treat. So settle in, grab your guitars, and let's get to know our Kindy Rockstars. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kindy Rockstars. This is the show that gives you the stories behind the songs from some of the best bands and singers that are making fun, informative, educational, catchy, and occasionally silly songs for children and families. I'm your host, Patrick Adams, and each episode of Kindy Rockstars will feature an artist and a featured song. So let's get to this week's show. It is officially Twinkle Time here on Kindy Rockstars. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
All right. Tell me about yourself and how you got into the world of Kindy music.
Well, my name is Twinkle or Twinkle Time, however you want to address me. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I don't know why I have a frog in my voice right now, but I'm a bilingual recording artist for kids and families. And I have been making music specifically for kids and families for 10 years. I can't believe it's been 10 years. So I have a couple albums. I'm primarily a touring artist. So I've been touring the country for heavily, probably for 6 years, 5-6 years. But yeah, that's kind of a little bit about who I am.
Very cool. And you have an acting background?
I do have an acting background. I've been in show business since I was a really little kid, since I was 5. So I've been doing everything from TV to Broadway to voiceovers to being a signed artist on a major label, which was Disney Hollywood Records. And then I think all of that knowledge, all of my experience in being in the world of showbiz has kind of helped formulate what Twinkle Time is, because I kind of do everything into Twinkle Time.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how did you shape your image that's become so well known with you?
I've always been crazy, wild, bold, flamboyant, like all these things since I was really little. Anybody that knows me and sees what my AK is now with kids and families, they'll be like, that is so her. That's always been her. The Hubs, like, he has this like saying that he says, where people see Twinkle, that's really who she is. It's just kind of like she managed to put who she is on the inside and managed to expose it for the world to see.
Amplified it.
It amplified it, exactly. I've been always mixed match. I've always never followed trends. I've always marched to the beat of my own drum. I've never followed fashion. I've always been the one like starting trends at school. People are like, what is she wearing today? And then like, only she could pull that off. So it's just kind of evolved into, I think, like this vision of what, like, I'm like, oh, if I could express myself in the perfect world, what would that be? And that's Twinkle.
Now, do you have some band members that tour with you?
I do.
And are part of your show?
Yes, I do. So I also came up with all their amazing style and fashion. But I do. It varies show to show. depending on budgets, like there's been smaller shows where it's literally just me and DJ Dallas, spinning the 1 2 3s, or also, playing acoustic guitar. So we kind of like do a little bit of that. Or it's me and two of my performer slash amazing hip hop dancers. So when you see me live, I don't just sing. I like literally do, like, if my show's 30 minutes, every single song is super high energy and fully 100% hip hop choreography. So I'm not like step touching and clapping and jumping. It's like full on choreography with live singing. And when I feel like where my heart is just like, oh, so filled, is when I have my entire live band. When the entire, like the drum, the bass, the guitar, the keys, dancers, like the whole shebang, like that's like, oh, it's like there's nothing else better than with the whole band.
Now, as a touring artist, what have been some of your favorite places to go, and some of your more memorable performances?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have so many, like, prior to 2020, or I like to say safer at home, I was doing like 300 dates, like days, but sometimes multiple shows in those days a year. So I have so many. I feel like every show has its own like memory, because every show is different, every audience is different. Sometimes you're performing to a very small crowd, which sometimes people are like, oh, when it's smaller it must be so much easier, and it actually is the opposite. Like the smaller the crowd is, you actually have to work harder, and it's different because it's intimate. So you have to, no two shows are the same ever. Like you can, and I never have a set list. So like my band members never know what song is next. They just know a gajillion songs, and they're like, oh, that's where she's going. Got it. So they all have to be prepared and know their stuff. Because if I look out into the audience and there's, younger kids or family audience or older kids, like, you have to change it up. So it's like improvising on the spot. So every show has been amazing. I have had an amazing opportunity meeting kids and parents and families, and like actually getting to know them. I think that's what's so special, is I'm a people person. I love meeting people and like truly getting to know the people that follow me. So it's not just like people in my audience, like they become part of the family.
So next obvious question, with such a heavy touring schedule and getting out and being face to face with people, how did you handle the lockdown and having to go virtual?
2020. It hit really, really hard. There's no denying that. A lot of other people in my genre, like, are educators, so they're like teachers by trade, or they have significant others that kept them afloat. But in my circumstance, this is all I do. I'm just an artist for kids and families, and so is my husband. He's not the artist, but he's like behind the scenes. Him and I write and produce everything together, and we travel together, and he acts as like, he wears so many different hats, like when we're on the road. So he's like our tour driver, running our sound, whatever needs to get done. And so it hit us so hard. And again, from being in show business my entire life, you always know that you're going to have weeks, months where it might be slow and you have to prepare for the rainy days, kind of, like that's just how I've always been. But to have something like this happen, that's completely out of your control, was what? And not knowing when the end date was unbelievably scary, and every other emotion that comes with it. I always say, like, I literally, like, this is an exaggeration, I cried for 5 days, because what people don't realize is when like I had posted like my tour dates for, not all of them had come through or had been like signed on the dotted line, but there was so many tour dates in 2020 and I'd already purchased airline tickets and hotels for shows that were in April. I mean, like, I was like, oh my God, like it just, I cried because it takes sometimes years to get bookings. It took me 5 years to get this booking in China for a couple weeks and, a couple years to get this booking in Japan that were like my bucket list dream gigs, like this is where I have to go, this is where I have to perform. And people don't know all the work that it takes, like just sometimes they people to see the, your calendar and your dates are like, oh my God, how did she do that? Hello, I've been working so hard for years. So all of that, you just kind of like, oh my God. So I was totally in shock. And then all of a sudden I was like, okay, I'm not a techie. I got to figure out how to do virtual streaming. And so thank God for my friend RJ. I call him RJ the Stream Master because he literally walked me through the process and like he would screen share the laptop. So because like I can't, like I don't comprehend, this has always been my thing, just by reading, like I have to visually see it, but because we couldn't be in the same room together, he was sharing, it was a train wreck. But I started doing a daily live stream on YouTube and I thought, oh, this will be for 2 months, if that. And no, I did that Monday through Friday, every day at 2 p.m. for over a year, every single day. And you know what? It saved my life. It saved, even though I wasn't getting paid, like I probably made peanuts, right, off of YouTube. But like creatively, it kept me sane. It kept me engaged with they named themselves the Twinkle Lights. And we built this amazing virtual family from all over the world, that people would come and tune in. And where a cool thing for me was like, I didn't want it to just be about myself since we weren't able to tour. I wasn't able to tour. I never had the opportunity to meet other people in my genre. So I wanted to make it an opportunity where I invited people every day onto my show. I highlighted and amplified other people because there's so much talent in our indie kindy world. And
Definitely.
I wanted to get to, like, again, like you heard me say, I'm a people person. I love to talk. And so I wanted to genuinely meet people and genuinely kind of give them a platform, like to my people that follow me. And it was such an awesome experience. And again, like I can't even begin to tell you that my Twinkle Lights have a piece of my heart. Like they got to know every ounce of what I was going through. Like I cried some days, like out of happiness or out of frustration, and like we were all in it together, like seriously. And or we just shared stories and laughter. It was a really amazing experience. I've stopped over this summer just because finally some tour dates started coming in. But I was finishing up an album, so I had a lot on my plate and I didn't want to spread myself too thin. But I will go back doing it in a couple weeks.
Gotcha. So what was your first live performance like after coming out of all of that?
Oh my God. Okay. I'll never forget it. It was June 5th, 2021. It's an outdoor property here in Los Angeles. And the marketing people literally were like, you know what? We might have like a very small crowd. This is the first event we've done since the lockdown. So we don't know what to expect. But I had been putting it out on social media, and they, and myself included, had no idea that there was going to be hundreds of people that showed up. It was an outdoor performance. And the excitement in the air, you could feel. The second I started singing, people, which was very crazy. Nobody likes to drive in LA. Everything is very far, right? I had people from Barstow, which is in traffic, probably 3.5 hours, 4 maybe away from this location. from Lancaster, same distance, but the opposite way. People drove from everywhere to come to the show. The second I started singing, like, I kid you not, everybody just got filled with emotion. People started crying. And after every performance, people were giving standing ovations. It was like, it was something I'll never forget. It was magical. I can't put it into words. Even my drummer was like, oh my God, this is like, did you feel what I feel? I'm like, yes, like it was unexplainable. It was a really beautiful thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So for all of your songs, do you have an English and a Spanish version for each?
For this album, yes. So I have a brand new album that is going to drop on September 24th. I wanted to release an album last year in 2020. It just did not feel right to do. And for many different reasons, financially, obviously, like to help market or whatever. And also you're not touring, so you can't really promote it. So I held off, and I'm so excited for this album because for the longest time, I'm Peruvian American. So I'm first generation American. My mom's from Lima, Peru. And I grew up speaking Spanish. Spanish was my first language. And since I was little, have been singing in Spanish and in English and wanting to do a solo career, not in the kids market and just like the normal mainstream pop in both languages. Like my idols, Gloria Estefan and Selena Quintanilla. And my other albums have always had like bilingual phrases, or maybe I would do one song in Spanish, but I wanted to do something where everything was in Spanish, because nobody buys physical hard copy CDs anymore. I just said, you know what, like, why don't I just combine everything into one album? So I have 7 songs in English, the same in Spanish, 7 songs. That because I have a community of followers that are bilingual or just Spanish speakers. And I, like it's something I've always wanted to do. So I'm really proud of it. And the title is called A mí me gusta ser yo. It's okay to be me. And so this album is English and Spanish all together.
All right. You ready to get into the song?
I'm so ready to get into the song.
All right. We have a special treat today. The song is called It's Okay to Be Me, and we're also going to be talking about the Spanish version, A mí me gusta ser yo. So, yes. Twinkle, tell me about the song and what encouraged you to write it.
My whole mission for me is to tell kids of all ages to celebrate their individuality and their uniqueness. And sometimes like you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, I don't like something about myself, but it's usually that one little thing that you're constantly like, oh, that makes you so unique and so different and so special. And so you should always like celebrate that and cherish that and like be confident in who you are, right? But also to be accepting of everybody else's differences and uniqueness. And I think that is so very important, to be accepting of all humankind. And like I've always said, I march to the beat of my own drum, and I want kids to understand. And I always say, be the flamingo in a flock of pigeons, be your original self and be proud of that. So that's kind of what the song is. And of course I had to do it in Espanol también. And I love the music video that we did to it. So yeah, that's what It's Okay to Be Me is all about.
I saw the video. All of your videos are very colorful and energetic and active. I love them. All right. Well, let's play both songs. So here is It's Okay to Be Me and the Spanish version, A mí me gusta ser yo. Here's Twinkle Time.
I'll be the first to see. So it's okay, don't be afraid. Just take your fears and throw them all away. Look around, you will see just how special you can be. Everybody sing with me. It's okay to be 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 a little different. It's okay to be me. Ha,
right. That was It's Okay to Be Me and A mí me gusta ser yo by Twinkle Time. So Twinkle, tell everyone where they can stream and download both versions and where they can find you on social media.
You can stream them on Spotify, iTunes. You can download on iTunes, Apple Music, like any digital platform. And of course, you can follow me everywhere. Just go to Twinkle Time, YouTube, Twinkle Time, Facebook, Twinkle Time, Twitter, Twinkle Time, Instagram, that was Twinkle Time and Friends. And TikTok, it's Twinkle Time.
Excellent. Well, it's been a joy having you on the show. Thank you so much for doing it.
Thank you so much.